Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk a little bit about Ready or Not, a SWAT-themed tactical shooter that I've been having an absolute blast with, but also a game that the woke crowd are now actively trying to cancel. Now admittedly, this is something that I've been pretty much expecting for years now at this point, and frankly I'm surprised it took them this long to get here, because at the end of the day this is still a game where you're exclusively playing as law enforcement, and thus, to be honest, I think we all know where the woke crowd stand on that sort of subject. However, it did surprise me a little bit as to what the exact complaint was. That being that the game is planned to include a school-themed level, where the players are supposed to be tasked with stopping a school shooter. Now admittedly, a level like this is going to be pretty grim no matter how you slice or dice it. But to be fair, this is perfectly fitting for the type of game that Void Interactive are making. I should also point out, by the way, that this particular level, even though it has not actually made it into the game yet, has been advertised since the very beginning, all the way back in 2017 when the reveal trailer dropped. And in addition, like it or not, this isn't even really that far out there as far as SWAT-themed games are concerned. Just look at that one cultist level from SWAT 4 to see what I'm talking about. But regardless, the woke crowd are now upset that this level is going to be a thing in the game, even though, like I said, the developers have been very open about this since the very beginning. Adding to this, it should be noted that the company that was going to publish the game, Team 17, has severed ties with the project, which has led to the woke crowd trying to push rumors that this turn of events is directly tied to the inclusion of that level. Something that, by the way, has been denied by Void Interactive. But let's now move on to the statement that Void Interactive decided to put out regarding the level itself. And simply put, Void Interactive did not bend the knee. They have instead affirmed that they are going to be taking the level very seriously, but that they have absolutely every intention of including it. Void Interactive's defiance has, unsurprisingly, provoked further impotent rage from the impotent woke mobs, as well as the game journalist community, with the latter crowd even going so far as to try to paint Ready or Not as a school shooter game. For example, in Patricia Hernandez's Kotaku article titled "Makers of Controversial Upcoming School Shooting Game Level Remind Team to Have Some Tact," she openly implies that Ready or Not will allow players to take on the role of the bad guys, stating, and I quote, "Games can make you play both sides of conflicts like these. Typically, however, video games depict or imply situations involving adults, not children. You might, for example, play a video game where you are tasked with robbing a bank, which will then require you to execute a careful plan that involves taking hostages." In other words, Patricia Hernandez is trying to make it look like Ready or Not allows players to play as school shooters, which is a blatant lie, specifically because the game exclusively is told through the point of view of law enforcement. You only get to play as SWAT team officers in Ready or Not. But let's now move on to my thoughts on this matter. And simply put, I have to say that Void Interactive has my complete support in this matter. They have been very open about the fact that the game was going to include this mission, and they refused to bend the knee to the oxygen thieves on Twitter, and instead have chosen to go forward with the original vision that they had for their game. I should also point out that even though their game is in early access right now, it is already, in my opinion, more playable and stable than most AAA titles. I can safely say with zero hesitation that Ready or Not is already a great game, even as an alpha build. So I will be leaving a link in the description below for those who want to support the developers. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.